because their energy is so funny, and you just want to let them go. That I was sort of hesitant to like try and get it back on track.
We have speed when you're ready. If you could just let your.
I love that you do this, and I just can't decide. It makes you so cool, or a complete control freak, or a little bit of both. Because I feel like, was he lied
It's
to?
complete anality. That's what it is. It's more. It feels that I feel we're getting somewhere. Plus, with some people, I get to know their name.
Right when you see it visually, and then you start.
Well, yeah, then I remember the name. It's out of courtesy more than anything. Okay. People know my name. You should know other
I think it's great, but when I see
but I
you
do.
doing
I
it
know
there,
what
I
you're
couldn't
saying.
decide. Like,
it's very OCD of me. So, yeah.
So Sam, tell me what it is that drew you to this part.
It was Lorenzo, actually. I've known Lorenzo for a long time. Looked for something to do with him, and I love the movies that Lorenzo makes. Not only Transformers and Red, but he put together Matrix way back in the day. His movies with Mark Wahlberg and I like his sense of that he wants to make movies that entertain an audience. His primary goal is to entertain an audience, give them their money's worth, and that's kind of my primary goal as well, to make sure an audience is getting their $16 worth. So we kind of found one where I went, yeah, it's an amalgamation of The Negotiator and Phone Booth, and they were entertaining movies, so let's go ahead and make it. Yeah.
How was it out there on the ledge? I mean, everyone's obviously talking about it. The press are getting that visceral experience upstairs. What was it sort of like, and how did it?
It's good. It's weird. You can't. It's not really a vertigo experience. It's more a sense of your brain goes, you shouldn't be here. It's so I never really got kind of spinny circles. I got more. It was very like a weird picture. And yeah, you always have a hand on the wall without even thinking about it, because your body's just reacting without it, and the adrenaline's so high that at the end of the day you're exhausted.
Did you? I mean, as it affects you performance-wise, does it sort of, with all that adrenaline going on, does it make it easier to act or harder to act?
Well, you're in an authentic situation, so I think it adds to the kind of the dynamics of the scene. I find it kind of, anything that helps the kind of imaginary circumstances is great. We're making a movie, so it's kind of, you're just trying to find something that grounds it, and being out there really helps.
Yeah, because to me it seems like when you have that limited space, it could so easily go too big with the adrenaline pumping through you that I would think it would take something to sort of...
Yeah, or you just write it. You do the opposite. Why not write it? Why not use it? See where it takes you. That's what I kind of did, rather than contain it. That's it. But the journey I had was, he starts off cool and ends up crazy. Whereas a normal jumper would be crazy at the start and end up cool and calm. So it's a reverse journey, and I just used the adrenaline that was racing, especially when we started running around.
And what was it like working with Elizabeth? You guys have this great chemistry where there's like flirting and there's manipulation and there's all these levels constantly sort of changing.
Yeah, I like Elizabeth. Look, I watched all her movies where she was funny, and I seen her on 30 Rock. But then I saw her in the next 3 days with Russell Crowe. Thought that was a sensational performance. And you marry the two, you've got a woman that has gravity and grit, and it also has a sarcastic wit. So you know that you can throw anything at her, and she's going to bounce it each way. That's that's a formidable actress.
Did you guys do improv a lot, or is it all really script stuff?
It's pretty much scripted. We had a lot of chats beforehand, me and her, about where we wanted to take it. But when it comes to it, even though you've got all this kind of craziness happening and desperation in a dire situation, we wanted it. People would in reality, they would start laughing with each other and flirting. People do that. It's inherent. You're trying to take your mind off the desperation. Plus, she's a good-looking girl. I'm an average-looking man. So there's going to be a bit of bounce between us.
Also, it's great because you have such a great ensemble of actors here, yet, some of it's almost like Jamie and Genesis are often their own, like, Mission Impossible kind of movie.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, when you're doing that and you're acting, you're sort of acting with them, but not with them, with just the earpiece. Is it hard? Is it them on the other end of a phone or something? Or
No, I had no one. I just did it. I used to acting with nothing, so it was quite easy for me. But I like the fact that their side of it is very low tech as well. It's not as high tech as like a Mission Impossible or what's it called, the Ocean's 11. But it's got that kind of fun aspect where it's how are they going to achieve this with just a drawing pin and a fire extinguisher. That's what I liked about that side of the story. That how do we stop people from getting through a crowd? Just throw some money off. That was the fun aspect I liked of the script.
Yeah, and that, to me, they're so necessary. Their banter to sort of give you the comic relief from that tension. Because I've
pretty
seen it a
much,
few
man.
times,
Yeah.
and I know what's going to happen, and yet I'm still.
Yeah, plus
you get
plus
that.
that kind of levity's fine, you know. It's that I think that keeps reminding the audience this is a popcorn movie. Suspend your disbelief. It's not it may never happen, but just go with the ride of it.
What's up next for you this year?
Wrath of the Titans comes out in March, which I'm really, really excited about. I saw it. I think it's awesome. Yeah, I think Jonathan Liebsman's a genius.
Great.
Yeah, I think he's took what we did with the first one and just bent it a bit and made his own stamp on it and created something really cool.
I'm very curious to see where the story goes. The original was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Yeah, and I
then
think
next, and I'm kind of glad that.
Yeah, well, I think personally, I don't really like my performance in the first one. I think I didn't satisfy the audience as much as I wanted to. So to get a second chance is very, it's very exciting and it's a great opportunity. And I think what we did, we looked at Perseus as a hero. And a bit like this, like what makes a hero and what was the slant and the edge that we wanted to put on that, rather than it being just a generic action conduit of a person. Yeah.
Anything similar that you think of when you think of this? Because I think he is sort of
Haircut. I've got a mullet in both.
Perfect.
I'm bringing it back. I'm the new Kenny Powers.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, man.
No worries, dude.